and a welcome in or a welcome back. It's a Monkey Mar. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you click that subscribe button, the like, and the bell for notifications. Hey guys, I have decided to jump into part 2 of the little tragic story of Cash Gernon. There is a lot more information out that I have found, and I want to touch on it. So with that, guys, let's get into it. The first thing I want to touch on is this video of Monica Sherrod. I am only going to play a couple seconds of it because, in my opinion, I think that she is absolutely high as a kite. So let's just listen to Monica for a minute and watch her eyes. She never blinks. I honestly think right now she is definitely tweaking. Let me just fast forward to actually where she is talking, because I'm sure most of you have seen this video. If not, I am going to attach the link down below in the description.
Cash was the leader. He was the one that showed Carter how to do everything. Carter's the smart boy. Cash was the one that was brave enough to follow through with everything. So Cash was he loved school. He loved, like I said, reading. He loved books. I used to read to them every night. And he always wanted me to read the same book over and over again.
And you went to...
Alright. If you notice the circles, the sore on her nose, the eyes do not blink, she's talking excessively, saying things that aren't needed to be said, she's high. She's high as a kite. She might have been high the night before. She might have been all night doing drugs. We saw her record. We know that she is a drug user. And to me, in my opinion, in this video, she is completely tweaking. Alright, so let's get into these new findings that I have found that are new to me. They might not be new to you, but my perspective on them, I'm sure, will be. This is actually a very long article. It has a lot of new information for me, so I am not going to touch on everything because I do not want to sound like a broken record and reread the parts that we already know, and I do not want to read again what happened to Cash Gernon because we all know. So let's see what we are going to touch on. Okay, so let's get into this part where it says authorities have not confirmed how Sherrod identified the suspect of Brown's relationship to Cash, and we know that she said a week before she told Darriynn to never come back to the house. According to WFAA, Brown wore an ankle monitoring bracelet for a prior charge. Through the hard work of the men and women of Dallas Police Department, this criminal was brought to justice. Not yet. I don't want to read anything that happened to Cash. I did in my last video, and it was hard enough. They go on to say, "We are shocked. We are very angry about what has happened to this small child," Martinez said, describing the boy's death as violent. And then we get into Monica Sherrod's son went to school with the murder suspect. Monica Sherrod's son, Cameron Morey, 18, said he attended school with the suspect, Darriynn Brown. I am hearing a lot of people who are thinking that Cameron was involved and he was there with Darriynn. I do not believe that. Now, he may be using drugs with his mom, but I do not believe that he had anything to do with what Darriynn did to Cash. And then Morey said he has no idea as to the motive for the senseless crime, random, out of nowhere, for no reason. Morey said, "There's not a reason for none of this. It's not from revenge, not from hate, not from none of that. Nothing. To get back at us? Nothing." So then we get into the part where Sherrod previously told Daily Mail that she asked Brown not to play with her children. She said she found Brown in the house playing with Cash while she was out running errands. Why couldn't he do it to me? I'd rather me than him, Maury said of the crime. He was the sweetest boy ever. And then we get into a couple of things that the neighbor said. Lisa Gilbert, 18, who just lived down the road from Cash. Shocking. I just hope that they find whoever did this and put them behind bars, because it's not right to kill a little baby. Breaks my heart. So Aunt Juanise Square, 39, said she was jogging at about 6:30 a.m. when she saw what she thought was a dog lying on the road. But when she got closer, she saw the boy's arms and legs. Ugh, I can't even imagine what this poor woman is going through. She is probably going to need therapy. That's when I noticed the baby had ants at the bottom of his feet, so I knew he was deceased then, Square said. It was heart-wrenching because this baby could have been no more than 5. Having called 911, she told the operator she could see blood on the boy's face and the upper half of his body. She added he wasn't wearing shoes or a shirt. So then it goes on about his death, which we know. The ants, we know how he passed. This is just a really long article. So the fundraiser hits 11,000. A fundraiser set up in memory of Cash Gernon has passed its 10,000 target. More than 11,000 has been raised so far to help pay for the transportation of Cash's body back to his hometown and subsequent burial. To help pay for the transportation of Cash's body back to his hometown and a subsequent burial. The 4-year-old's Aunt Patty Seagroves, who set up the page, described his kidnap and murder as horrific and wants justice served. We all want justice served. And then most of us know that the family accused Dad's girlfriend of trying to gain financially. So the 4-year-old mom's sister Patty Seagrove said they were unaware that the boy and his twin brother had been living with the woman Monica Sherrod when he was snatched from his bedroom, killed, and dumped on a Dallas street. She wrote on a GoFundMe page, "The woman has also falsely claimed to be Cash's mother and has tried to gain financially from his death." Well, that is not cool. Seagroves also urged people not to donate any money to fundraising pages associated with Sherrod. So here the Dallas Morning News reported that the suspect lives with his parents, who provide for him financially. The address, which is provided in court records, is situated just a half-mile from where the child's body was discovered. Dallas police added in a news release that investigators anticipate additional charges pending results from a forensic analysis. And then we get back into how Cash was taken. Yet what is known is that Brown had previously been arrested by police and wore an ankle monitoring bracelet for a prior charge, according to WFAA. And then, "My son is scared," says Brown's mother. Cash Gernon's alleged killer, Darriynn Brown, has said her son is scared. A woman at Brown's address, who identified herself as Mimi Brown, Darriynn Brown's mother, told the Dallas Morning News her son was home all weekend and could not have kidnapped the boy. Oh, he kidnapped the boy. She said, "That's not right at all. I know my son is traumatized. I know he's scared because I'm scared. And I'm sure Cash was scared too." She added, "Darriynn is very kind. I feel that he's being framed." Oh yeah, he's a kind boy. So they got a little surveillance of Darriynn in jail. And then Cash's brother Carter says that the attack was random. How would a 4-year-old even come up with that? Brown, who so far is facing charges for kidnap and burglary, is being held on a $1.5 million bond. An exact cause of death for Cash Gernon has not been determined, but police say once that information becomes available, they anticipate filing additional charges. And then we get into who is Cash's biological mom, identified as Melinda Seagroves. We'll dig into her a little bit, but probably not on this video. How do you not know where your kids are? Did he just kidnap them and drop them off? When he left, why didn't Monica get a hold of the biological mother? So we know Carter is back with his biological mother, Melinda Seagroves, and Cash's biological mother has been in touch. Of course they have, because she has Carter now. Okay, so knife found. Child abuse detectives found the 18-year-old Darriynn Brown at his home, half a mile from where Cash Gernon's body was found, and took him into custody. He was described as wearing an ankle bracelet for an unrelated crime on the morning of the alleged kidnapping. Once they performed a search of the home where Cash was living, detectives discovered a piece of tissue paper with drops of blood on it and a small pocket knife, the Dallas Morning News reported. Meanwhile, a makeshift memorial was assembled and carer Monica Sherrod dropped off the child's favorite dinosaur toy. This is just, I think that he is a very disturbed pedophile. He likes little boys, and just an unnecessary tragedy. I knew there was a part about Darriynn that I missed, and let's just get into this little part right here. What did Darriynn Brown's mother say about his arrest? Brown's mother alleged that he was framed and said her son is a patient of Metro Care Services, which provides mental health care to children and adults. It is unclear if Brown was receiving medical treatment prior to getting arrested. Yeah, you definitely are not playing with a full deck to do what he did. It's one of those things where senseless, just a senseless crime by a very disturbed 18-year-old. So let's go check this little creeper out when he was creeping back in the alley looking for the kids on an earlier day. But let me ask, that whole part when he went back and was looking at Carter and rubbing his hair, do you think that he was going back to actually take him? Or do you think, like a few of my friends have said, that maybe he was going back to reminisce because of him being a twin? I don't know. I don't know who he thought he was, but he just, unbelievable. And then where he left him, that's another thing that does not make sense to me. Okay, so I thought this video was actually Darriynn Brown, the creeper, peeking in the back of Cash and Carter's house, but it's not. It is the neighbor. So let's watch what he does, because I have not seen this video yet. So this video is from 10 weeks ago, and this is him, Darriynn Brown, skulking down the street, opening Alvarado's backyard gate and peering in before quickly walking away. It's really scary. Alvarado told the Daily Beast, "I have 2 kids, one girl and one boy, and they play basketball in the backyard." So they share a back alley. Alvarado's house shares the back alley with the home of Monica Sherrod. Let's watch this again. What a little creeper. Look at him. I mean, this kid has issues. Alright, let's watch it again. Try to get a little closer of this little creeper. Look at him. I wonder what he saw. And the way he looks back. And the way he walks. Yeah, this in the middle of the day too. Like, he has absolutely no shame in his game, or he is this mentally unstable. What are your thoughts, guys? Okay, so this is Trevor Garcia's criminal record so far that I have just found, but I just bounced back over to been verified. There's a lot that I bet if I put Monica's next to his, they probably have a lot of the same charges. I am just going to scroll through. If you want to go ahead and pause, or fraud, interference with emergency request for assistance, assaulting a family member. Well, aren't these two just good for each other? My gosh. Like, you really cannot make that up. I would dig deeper into these cases, but it just, to me, it seems like drugs. Everything related to drugs. And there, I must have passed it. And there it is. Possession, controlled substance. I still don't know what PG1 means, but I'm thinking this is under 1 gram. A theft of a firearm. I mean, look at how 2018, 2019, 18, 19, and now he's on the run. Wouldn't you think, though, if your son was brutally murdered, that you would come face the music? And I just do not understand people. But then again, he left his children with his girlfriend that was obviously stealing and doing drugs with him, instead of giving them back to their biological mom. But I will go ahead and look into her, or maybe I won't. I don't think she has anything to do with this complete effed up situation. What a shame and unnecessary. I just don't. Let's go check out that care system that Darriynn Brown is a part of. Okay, so as I was editing this video, Trevor Garcia came out with his statement, and I want to touch on it, but I am going to do that in part 3. I've got a few more things that I want to discuss in part 3, and then that is probably going to be the last video I do on Cash Gernon until something more comes out with facts from the forensics or what we get out of a press conference. So, let's get into this mental health care that he was under, and then we're going to wrap it up. Alright, I'm going to jump into this website real quick, very quick, about MetroCare. So MetroCare is the largest provider of mental health services in North Texas, serving over 60,000 adults and children annually. So MetroCare has provided a broad array of services to people with mental health challenges and development disabilities, in addition to behavioral health care. So, obviously he has some issues. Well, he definitely has issues, but that is what MetroCare is about. Guys, make sure you drop your comments, your opinions. You know I love hearing from you. And with that, it's a wrap. I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching. Please like or dislike, whichever you prefer, and subscribe. Everyone have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world, and stay vigilant. I am out.